Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back today to talk about makeup that I would buy backups of. Now it's a big claim because normally I do not recommend buying backups of makeup. Now the reason for that is that there's always something new and exciting that you can use. If you use up an eyebrow pencil, chances are there's other ones that are just as good on the market. So I'm always about trying new things and exploring, and if I use up a foundation, I want to try another one because I've got this on my wish list. So for me, I feel like the makeup industry is always bringing out new innovative stuff, that there's always something new to play with. So dwelling on the past is not generally how I like to be. But there are some products that I go, damn it, if I knew that was being discontinued, I would have bought backups of it. Or there's products that I'm like, I love these so much that I'm going to keep an eye out, because if these do risk being discontinued, I'm buying 2 or 3 of them. This idea came around because not only did I mention a lip balm in my empties, saying that I wish I bought backups of it, but also I was talking about, and you know, this is a reoccurring theme on my channel, obviously MAC Stereo Rose is it's technically a highlighter. It's like a pinky peach highlighter that I love as a blush. And about a year or so ago, I tried to find dupes for it. And this is an example of one that I would have bought 4 of. If they bring it back, I'm buying 4 or 5 of them. I'm just going to say, because they are lovely and I would happily use it every day. Generally, I don't recommend backups, but there are definitely exceptions to the rule, and I'm going to talk about them now. I'm also going to apply them because that's fun. So let's start with Stereo Rose. This is a mineralized skin finish by MAC. I don't have much left, but it is the perfect, like, peachy pink, sheeny cheek product. I don't want to say blush, because whenever I tried dupes for it or things that people think are very similar, generally the issue is it's got too much blush color to it. Whereas what I love about this one is it's a mineralized formula, so it's very, very light, and just blends onto the skin really easily without feeling too over the top, but it also doesn't have any sort of base color to it. So the color that you're getting is actually from the sheen, which is why technically this is a highlighter. It doesn't leave behind a lot of color, so it doesn't look too bold. So obviously I'd buy backups of that if I had a chance, but it's gone. It is what it is. Hopefully it comes back one day. But the closest dupe I've actually found that is the most affordable one, I found one from Bobbi Brown as well, but it's pretty expensive. This one by Bare Minerals. So this one came out a few years ago. It's the highlighting blush in the shade Pink Glow. Now, if I saw this on clearance or on sale or being discontinued, I would buy a few of these because the formula isn't the same, but the effect is very similar. And I want to apply this today so you can see. So again, this is mainly just a pink sheen, which is really, really pretty. So it gives you a pink effect, but it's not so much a strong base color. It's more just the sheen, which is really pretty. What is missing with this is that sort of mineralized formula, which I think actually applies a lot nicer. But you can see hopefully here that when I apply this, it gives this beautiful glow to the skin, a little bit of color, not too much. So again, it's not making a big strong blush statement, but it just gives you this glow. It's like a one and done highlighting, gives a bit of shape to the cheek, a bit of color, and I just find it so pretty because I feel like this product is a little bit of a sort of cheat to this sort of radiant glowy look without much hassle, without much effort. You've got a little bit of color. It's not overpowering. I think that's really beautiful, and that's why I would have a few of these in my collection, no doubt. Let me just put a little bit on here to even it out. While we're zoomed in, I'm going to talk about another one. This is Groundwork from MAC. This is a paint pot. I love this. I also love Painterly, which is a lighter shade. What I love about this can be an eyeshadow base. It can be a cream eyeshadow. It is the nicest sort of matte all-in-one, sort of just really easy, a bit of definition on the eye. Again, this is more of a brownie one. You can get more nudie shades, but if this was being discontinued, I would buy a backup. No effort involved. It's just a bit of a sculpted eye, a really great base. So if you put like a shimmer over the top, it's a really beautiful base. And this, I like, one thing about paint pots as well, just in general, is they don't dry out. I've had this for years. I've had some paint pots for like half a decade and they still stay creamy to the last drop. So they are sort of one of those, it will last through an apocalypse. And I think it's such a beautiful effect. Yes, it might crease a tiny bit throughout the day if you don't set the crease, but Like, so easy. Easy peasy. Simple, sort of sculpted nude cream eye. Done. I would buy that and backups of it in a heartbeat. I'm being cliche here, but if I saw Urban Decay Space Cowboy being discontinued, I would buy another one in a heartbeat as well. This is such a nice single eyeshadow. So it is this sort of caramel base color with this sort of twinkly sheen to it. This is quite a firm eyeshadow, but it just gives this life to the eye that is so pretty, and it is a really, really stunning one and done eyeshadow. So I'm going to apply this over the base. So I'm getting a bit of a firmer brush and I'm scrubbing it a little bit because this gets quite firm, but it's worth the hassle, trust me. So all I'm doing here is tapping this on. I have this darker brown cream base, but this works over any primer, and it adds a little bit of this caramel look to the eye, and then this beautiful twinkle, which is really stunning. And in artificial light as well, it just looks like the night sky. Like, it's just twinkly, beautiful, really refined. If you have texture on your eye, like I've got contact dermatitis there, it sort of doesn't emphasize texture like your standard shimmer shades. Hopefully you can see that twinkle in lower light, but if I do put a torch on it, you can see how it just catches the light and has this really beautiful twinkly effect. And I just love it. It's very sort of subtle, but really unique and very pretty. Works on the lower lash line too. This is an eyeshadow that if I'm traveling and I want to look a bit put together without much effort, this is such an easy one to put in my makeup bag. I don't have any concealers or foundations that I'm so in love with at the moment that I'm like, if I saw this on clearance, I would buy it. There might be a few that are going there, but one product that I'm really upset was discontinued that I didn't know about until I went to go repurchase it was this. So this is by Mecca Max, which is an Australian brand. And this is a sort of foundation lightening product. So essentially what you do, and there wouldn't be much in here because it's been used up, you pump out this small amount. It's a very, very thick, sort of like the consistency of a really thick concealer, but it's this very sort of light pinky white color. And you use it to lighten your foundation. Now this worked so well because it had that sort of off-white pink tone. If you had a foundation that was too warm and too dark, you just put a small amount of this in it and it completely changes it. So this, they should bring back in bigger bottles. Like I would use this to correct so many foundations. Really great product, but Mecca got rid of it. And if I knew that, I would have bought a few of them because these are fantastic. So that's one that I'm sad about. All right, I've got a few lip products that I would definitely repurchase and keep backups of because lip products to me are like my favorite part of a makeup routine. Yes, I want good looking skin. Yes, I want lashes that are defined, but I just find that sometimes if I'm having a really crappy day, I can put sunglasses on and a nice lip and it just elevates my mood entirely. So for me, lip products are very important and I'm very picky with ones that I really like. In terms of lip balms, I have to say that the one that I keep repurchasing is Laneige. I currently have the watermelon one next to my bed. This one is nearly finished, as you can see. I have a vanilla one next to my bed at my parents' place. I've got 3 backups. The ones that I currently have open, I've got an eggnog latte and I have a taro bubble tea, and I also have, I think, a peppermint one in my drawer. So these have become my go-to like night lip balms and I can't not have them around. I even find that like my kid, for example, he's got a cold at the moment. He keeps rubbing his face. He's got dry skin all over his face. I even before bed dab a little bit on his skin and it like heals it really well overnight. So if Laneige decided for some reason to get rid of their most popular product in their range, I would be buying like 5 of them. I'm just going to say happily buy 5 of them. I think out of the whole range that I've tried from them, I think my favorite one is probably the grapefruit one. So that's one that I'd probably lean into most. But they do have some fun ones coming up for like the holiday season this year. So in my empties, I mentioned this. This is by Colourpop. It's a Just a Tint lip balm in the shade Gimme S'more. I love this. Whenever I wore it, people would be like, what's on your lips? It's beautiful. I want it. Again, I looked, it's been discontinued. If I knew it was being discontinued, I would buy more of them. All right, a lipstick that is no longer available in Australia, but I don't need to track down backups of them because I have a lot of them and they all do very similar things. I think two of them I have, two shades I have multiples of. So these are by Shiramura and they're the Rouge Unlimited Supreme Matte Formula. Now, what I love about these is they're very comfortable. They're very bright. They're very matte, but not drying matte. And they last a really long time. Now, I got into these with this particular shade, which is a limited edition one. I have 3 of these. This is Yaz Red. I have one of these kicking around a handbag somewhere. I can't find it. I looked for it to show you, but I've got like a little nub left of it. I've got this one that's got quite a lot left in it and a backup. So I've actually got 3 of these. That's how much I love these. And I will eventually work through them. That's how much I love them. I will show you this one on. So even though this shade was limited edition, they do have this formula in permanent shades, and I've got a variety of different red ones here. I've got 2 of the matte red 156s, which I think is very similar to Yaz Red actually. I've got one that's a little bit more orange and one that's a little bit more pink. So I'll swatch all of these for you and I'll apply my favorite. Now again, these are just things that I wear every day. If I have to reach for a lipstick, chances are, let's say 50% of the time it's going to be one of these. So I love them. This is Matte Red 156. It's like a strawberry red is what I would say, but it's one of those silicone based ones. So it's not drying, but it does have that matte finish. Yaz Red is quite similar to this one. I think it's a little bit brighter and more coral, which I really like. Like this one just like sings on the lips. They're very similar. You don't probably need both, but you can see how this one's a slightly more coral tone. That's slightly more strawberry. This is Matte Orange 155. So again, not a red, it's an orange. I love it. If I go for an orange lip, it's always that one. I actually wish I had a backup of that, to be fair. And then I've got Matte Red 144. So we've got a little bit more pink tone, a little bit coral, a little bit orange, and what I would say true red. They're so similar. Do you need them all? No. Do I need them all? Yes, and maybe backups. Let's put on Yaz Red just so I can show you what it's all about. And again, I would be tracking down backups of these, but I have so many that I don't need to. Like, do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? It looks like a standard lipstick, like whatever, it's a red lip. But there's something that is so perfect about the formula and it fades down really nicely. It just looks super vibrant on the lips. So again, this one is this one here, but they look quite similar. Slightly more pink, slightly more orange, slightly more red. But I love them, and if I didn't have so many of them, I'd be stressing that they've left the Australian market. To be fair, the only one that I'd consider buying it back up is the orange because all the reds are quite similar, whereas the orange, I don't have many oranges in this sort of comfortable formula, but I love this. This is so stunning. Another lip that I want to mention that I've got 2 of, and if I found out this was being discontinued, I would run and probably buy another one. This is a Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Dragon Girl. So what I love about these, they do have that similar sort of raspberry red effect and super duper matte. So once they're on, they just look like this flat, gorgeous matte effect, but they also last so long. You can get a really precise line because it's that sort of nice crayon effect. Yeah, these are in that same category. I think I reach for these more, but these, they always look so stunning and they're such a winner. And the last makeup-ish item that I would repurchase in a heartbeat if it was being discontinued, and I hope they don't because shame on you if you do. It's a nail polish and it's by Mooncat and is the shade House of Hades. Now I'm not currently wearing this because I didn't plan this well in advance. I just thought I'm filming today, it is what it is. This is the most stunning, shimmery, metallic blue cobalt nail polish. It's actually this flaky sort of cobalt shimmer in a like jelly purple base. So it gives the, like it's cobalt leaning purple. It is just the most stunning thing on the nail. So what I'll do is I'll insert a video that I put up on a short or TikTok or something of me wearing this. I've also seen a lot of people dupe this because I think with nail polish, a lot of the time it's like if something's been discontinued, there's other brands that do it. I haven't seen anyone dupe this quite as bright. It often goes quite dark or like a bit too sort of berry, but this is, yeah, I would repurchase a couple bottles of this for sure. So I'm just editing the video and I realized I lost the footage of the outro. I'm at my parents' place, but at least I can tell you that I'm still consistent with the products that I was talking about in the video. But let me know in the comments what products you would buy backups and why. What have you bought backups of? If something was about to be discontinued, what would you buy backups of? I'll chat to you in the comments. I gotta get out of the rain.